Hello, everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Spirit, where magical encounters and practical wisdom converge in perfect harmony. I'm excited for you to join here today because I've got the funnest guest. Funnest is not a word. I get that.
Yes, it is.
This lady is becoming such a dear, cherished friend, and I am so honored to call her my friend. Her name is Theon Paulino-Filippelli, and she is a born medium. She's an accomplished remote viewer, and we're going to get into what all of this stuff is because I'm excited for you to know. An accomplished remote viewer, healing channel, intuitive development instructor, mentor, and she's the founder of evolveme.com, which is a spiritual community. And it's such a joy to have her here. She is focusing her time on organizing intuitive healing and development retreats, as well as working on cold cases involving murders and missing people. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's like really cool. And let's not forget that she is also one of the hosts of the internet show Paranormal Mediums. Okay, and you got to know what the spelling is. It's pair, P-A-I-R. No, I just love that. So anyway, welcome to the show, Theon. And I know I giggled through that whole thing because I'm trying to set up, as we're talking, I'm trying to set up Instagram because that didn't work. But anyway, so how are you? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. I'm always doing great when I'm on with you. So
We were just having a mutual love fest a few minutes ago. It was so cute. Oh my gosh. There's so much that we want to talk about, and I'm going to get into because you know what? It's so funny. I've been a medium for like a long time, like a practicing medium for a long time. And it took me a minute to figure out what remote viewing was. And so I know, isn't that ridiculous? So it took me a minute to figure out what remote viewing was. So can we just jump in on that? And can you tell us what the difference is between remote viewing and, I don't know, mediumship or whatever? Can tell me a little bit about what remote viewing is. You're the one that introduced me to the concept of, by the way, just so you know.
I love it. Lauri and I would do some practices, and it's fun. So remote viewing really started actually with the CIA. Originally started in Russia, but the CIA was using it for psychic spying. So basically, what remote viewing is you're viewing a location, person, or object, either in real time, or you could even do it in different timelines and things like that. But you're viewing a object, person, or location remotely. And it's sort of like, it works like clairvoyance, but you're also sort of projecting yourself there. I always like to say remote viewing is more like interviewing your subconscious brain. Whereas, mediumship.
That's kind of a cool way of putting that. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And so because we are eternal beings, so therefore we have all that information already stored. So it's about pulling that information out and getting evidence. So you can remote view basically anything.
I love that.
Right. And we've done some really interesting practices, and you'd be surprised at how intuitive everybody is. Just by that. That's actually my gateway to intuitive development to people. I'm like, oh no, let's try this. And I've not met one person that didn't get accurate I call them hits, accurate hits to a specific thing that I'm targeting. And it's amazing. And I love teaching people how to do it because it's super
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's so interesting because I was like, "Ooh, I want to get into that." But it's really not all that different from mediumship,
No, no.
in terms of some of that. And so whenever you were like teaching us how to do that, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." And so then I like fell really easily into it. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Really is. And, I like to incorporate that even with my readings and things, because, let's say we're trying to get, specific evidence.
Yeah.
So, I will do that, to either help somebody or like I'm doing with these cold cases. I utilize
Mhm.
actually remote viewing and mediumship. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's trying to get accurate evidence, right?
Yeah.
A specific thing, and then switching over to mediumship where you're connecting with people that have passed. So
Right.
it kind of works really well together,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
So, oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. So, does that lead into, or did that, I guess I should say it this way, did that lead into you um doing psychic detective work? Like,
Ugh.
does that like did that do they seems like they go hand in hand.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And honestly, as you can tell, I'm always laughing about things. So I'm usually a pretty cheery person. So I
Yeah.
never really thought I would want to, do something like this.
Uh-huh.
But that side of me, I'm, as you know, and as you're very similar to, I am about justice. I
Yeah.
want people to, uh, I mean, as we are as like mediums, and we come into this work because we want to help people, and this is really just an extension of that.
Sure.
So yeah, it was something that, like, I love remote viewing. And then through the IRVA, which I belong to, it's the International Remote Viewing Association.
Oh,
I,
cool.
I, yeah, and I met Pam Coordinato, who is actually a internationally famous psychic detective, and she's
Huh.
has a show, or had a show, called Sensing Murder. And I started taking her courses about, I would say, 9 months ago. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to try, see what it's like, because I'm a perpetual student. And I ended up just loving it, and I'm still it's funny, it's like I'm still in her courses, but we're really just like focusing on cases now.
Okay.
And yeah, and so, and recently
Jeez.
I'm started. I know. I said to her, and this is a great manifesting story.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I said to her, I'm like, I'm gonna probably go and start, working with departments locally here, just to help them with their cold cases. And and I said, because it was right after the new year, and I said, that's what I'm going to do for the new year is I'm going to manifest this. And 2 days later, our mutual friend had connected me with this woman that is a genealogical scientist who works on cold cases and needed a medium. So now I'm
And it's like think it and it happens. I love that. Oh
right,
my god.
right. Oh my gosh. And I sometimes it's like, okay, you think it, and you manifest it, and it's like you want that thing, and then you kind of get a little scared,
Yeah.
like, okay, can I do this? But I actually really like it. So
That's so great. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what? There's a fulfillment that goes along with that. I mean, it's like you feel like you're doing something good for society or something again, and
Yes.
it feels like you're
Yeah.
giving back a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and giving a voice to, especially working with cold cases.
Yeah.
These are cases that are years and years old. One
Yeah.
is 50 that I'm working on, 50 years old.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's difficult, because people sort of forget.
Yeah.
But that soul still needs to, to have closure,
Yeah.
and to, So I think for me that is so important, because I don't like to leave anybody behind.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Of course. Absolutely.
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Oh, I love that. I love that you are just you're inquisitive. You're like ready to try anything that has to do with the paranormal or the I mean, it's
Yes.
like it's
Ugh.
so amazing to me. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that is so cool.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like, I like I said, I have been like a natural medium all of my life. Even though I had a very long period where I basically denied it, but
Right.
I've
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
even then, I was always comfortable with the spirit world,
Yeah.
and so I even can say now that sometimes I feel even more comfortable there than I do
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Right. And
Mhm.
it's just a natural progression, especially being a medium. I'm constantly in that energy all the time. So yeah,
Yeah.
I I just
I
love
I
it.
love that. That is like, I mean, to me, and this is just me, but to me, that is the mark of, well, obviously we know that you're really special, but it's like the mark of somebody who's doing this for the right reasons, who's, because, one might think that working mediums are that we're all like these great people or whatever, but there's a lot of people that don't do this for the right reasons. I
Oh
mean,
no.
there's sadly a lot of people out there that do it, but you are the epitome of the person that does this for the right reasons. So I just think that I love that. I think that's incredible. So
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so hello to Bax and Candace and Stephanie. And we're gonna be doing readings in a little bit. So get ready for that, right?
Definitely.
But I wanted to ask Theon some like fun questions about okay, so I'm sitting here telling you how amazing you are for like being so inquisitive and all this stuff. But honestly, some of the paranormal stuff scares me.
Mm.
And so I don't move forward in it. So in a sense, I'm like living my life vicariously through you. because because like you're just like not scared to just go and do stuff and try things and all of that kind of stuff, and I love that. But what precipitated your interest in like the paranormal? Like, how did that come
Oof.
along for
I
you?
don't know. It's funny is, I mean, it's always been in me. Even as a kid, I would go on my best friend's roof. Her and I, every weekend, we'd either go to either one of each other's houses, and we would sneak out and go on top of a roof and wait for aliens to come get us. And like,
I love that. Go for
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. We were like 23 when we stopped. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, it's always been something that has drawn me all of my life, and therefore I've never really I never had fear of it.
Yeah.
And then that is
Oh,
an easy thing to feel is
yeah.
I work with people that have that kind of fear, and for me it's really about that protection. So
Yeah.
I've always known how to protect myself and keep them strong. And
Yeah.
so I never really I mean, there's some situations I will say there, not every spirit is great, just like not
Yeah.
every person is
Well,
great, right?
sure.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
right. And it's about like I just try to avoid those people. So I'll be on it like an paranormal investigation, and there'll be spirits that are that are less than kind, or
Yeah.
definitely somebody you don't want to connect with. So
Yeah.
I really just I don't focus on them, or I will not go in the room wherever they are,
Yeah.
because it's just, but let's say if I'm doing a reading and somebody has a dark energy around them, that's a different story,
Yeah.
because I feel more empowered to help them
Mhm. Mhm.
get through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's dark energy, is scary, and some people have to deal with it all the time.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of you need to you need to know this might sound silly, but you kind of need to know what your strengths are in terms of that. Like for me, I just kind of can't do that. You know what I mean? Like I've had a couple of negative experiences with some negative spirits, and I just I'm too you're gonna laugh when I say this, but I'm too polite. Like I will walk up. Like we went on this ghost hunting thing, right? And I didn't feel like anything was negative. This is years and years and years ago, right?
Yeah.
And actually it was in Jerome, Arizona.
Mm.
It had been a mental hospital and now it's a hotel, believe it or not. And
Yes.
it was one of
I
those
heard.
things, right? And
Yeah.
so we went in there and I wasn't really feeling anything negative or whatever, but I was like, I just felt like, "Oh, honey, are you okay?" I mean, ever the mom or something in me, right? I just felt like, "Oh," and I saw the spirit or I felt a spirit around or whatever, and I was like, "Are you okay? What can I do? Do you need like" and it's like, "Really? No, no, no," kind of thing.
Yes.
That's kinda where I
We
go, so
I love that you said that, because I often do investigations with my partner on my show, and a dear friend, Julie.
Mm.
And yeah, right. And I she always laughs, because I am that, like, so how are you doing? And I'm
Yeah,
I'm having like these conversations,
yeah,
because it's just the same as speaking to somebody in body, as especially, they don't really get to communicate
yeah,
with this side. And so I'm very like, okay, and I want to know, well, first I always want to know, do you need help?
yeah,
Because
right,
I don't
right,
I
right,
don't want, I've had investigations where the people that owned the place would say, don't try to cross over the spirits. Like, so
yeah,
you're saying that we should keep these spirits caged, just like if they
yeah,
were people, just keep it, and
yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. And of course we don't listen. And
Well, because you know what? If you're in a place where they make money off of the spirits being they don't want you to cross them over because
no,
they
and
will.
and they're probably listening to me right now and will
Yeah.
never let me in. But yeah, I if they need help, they're gonna get help. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's true, And
Yeah.
you know what? It's so interesting because um again, it's like what you're supposed to do
Yeah.
just because it's like an inner knowing,
Yeah.
it's that intuition or whatever you want to call it. So let me tell everybody a couple of things about Theon. Okay, so she's got this show, and on Wednesdays at 7 Eastern time, which is 4
Oh, 8
Pacific.
p.m. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 8
Just like,
p.m. Eastern time and 5 p.m. Pacific. Pretty much well, on the Evolve Me channels, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. And I'm going to be on it this Wednesday. Yay!
yes.
Now, I
So
don't,
excited.
I have like ghost stories to tell, but I don't have like, they're not scary ghost stories. Like, I
Oh
have to
no,
tell you,
it's good.
for some reason, I always feel like I attract the funny ones. You know what I mean?
Same.
Like,
I Or the nice ones that are helpful,
yes,
right? Yes.
yes.
It's because of what you're putting out. That's what I tell
Yeah,
everybody. Like, if
yeah,
you're going to provoke a spirit, they're going to get angry,
yeah,
and
yeah.
any spirit is going to
Sure.
be aggressive. But
As a human would. I mean,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's
Makes
why I
sense.
don't like those ghost hunting shows. I won't name them, but I just have a problem with that.
Same.
Like, don't yell at them. Like, I get mad and I'll yell
Yeah.
back and I stopped watching them after a while. But like, I don't yell at the TV. I'll be like, stop yelling at them.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It's like, and they, they want to provoke something,
Yeah.
but that, you're
Because
going to
it's
get the
seeking.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could get just as much information. And, I often have, like some of these investigations, and we're singing together. We're singing songs, we're talking, we're,
Yeah.
they're telling me about their life, and that's really what they wanted to do. And
Yeah.
so you get a lot better reception. You
Mhm.
get to know them, because it's interesting. I love to go to places that are very old. So like St. Augustine, the oldest city in the US. I go there often because I live 4 hours away, and I actually have a spirit friend that I go and visit, and um, right, and because he first actually brought me, like the second time I was there, he remembered me, and he told me exactly where to go, and he's like, and you go here and you do
Oh my
this,
God.
and yeah, it was crazy, and so much fun. So I always have to go say hi to him.
Oh my
um
God. But here's my question about that though. Do you ever worry that he's going to follow you home?
Oh no, because because I cut things off. It's like, okay,
Okay.
this is your place,
Right.
and
Right.
we've actually established he likes to be there. The only reason I haven't tried to, I actually have twice tried to cross him over, and he wants to stay for the other spirits that are there,
Yeah. Okay.
and he's okay with it,
Yeah.
and that I'm going to be respectful of,
Yeah.
but
Right.
yeah,
And that's like the whole basis of the whole thing, you know? I
right,
think that's why I feel so connected to you because we think the same way about this, you
yeah,
know? I mean, if we're respectful to them, they're going to be respectful to us, you know?
yes,
And I
yeah,
tell people that in my students, I tell people that all the time. Like you have to look at these spirits like they are your new friends. That's what you have to
absolutely.
do. You have to look at them they're like they are new friends.
Right. And you know what? You and I should do a paranormal investigation. And I bet you're gonna get hooked.
Really? Well, you
Yeah.
know what? I would like to. And that leads me to maybe teasing about our little upcoming retreat. We have an upcoming retreat, you guys. Oh
I
my God.
know. I'm so
But we
excited.
don't have everything figured out yet. So just
Yes.
keep like follow us both and then you'll find out about it. But go ahead, you tell them about
Yes.
it.
Yes. Well, we are going to do a just amazing retreat at the end of May in Sedona. We're just ironing out some of the details, but it's actually Lori and our other friend Lori Sheffer, who is a shamanic medium, and we are going to be doing just deep healing and just some amazing exercises, and going out on the vortices within Sedona to I don't even want to say all the things, because it's
Yeah.
just amazing, and I want people to be excited.
Well, because I'm wondering, can we do a little bit of ghost hunting there? Wouldn't it be fascinating to like bring through some
Yes.
indigenous
Yes.
people? Oh, that thrill
Yes.
me.
Well, I will say that the last time I was in Sedona, remember, my husband got sick, so I hiked all by myself the whole time, which was really kind of awesome. Sorry, honey. And
Oh my goodness. Sorry,
I
bud.
know. Sorry. But it was so much fun, and I really connected with the earth, and I was saying, when I went to the birthing caves, I can feel the women that would go there, the indigenous women that would go there to have ceremonial births,
Yeah.
and it struck me so strongly. I know I cannot wait for us to do right, and
So excited about that.
the whole earth, it has there's like a plate of quartz under Sedona, which is why it produces that kind of energy. They
Mm.
actually had I don't even know what they're called, but they're the scientists that try to gauge frequency. But anyway, so they actually mapped out the strongest energy, and it's around Sedona because of this quartz plate, um, and the indigenous people mapped it out hundreds of years ago.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that was their holy land. So they wouldn't even live on there. They would just go
Yeah.
there for peace and
Yeah.
for healing and ceremonies. And so that's why and as we were talking about recently, when there's that consolidated a spot of, churches and things like that, places of prayer, it creates basically a vortex of energy. But
Yeah.
this place has like even more powerful for some reason in certain areas, these vortices that are, I mean, you can feel them. Your body is shaking. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and very powerful. So doing deep healings and
Yeah.
things on this on this land is going to be just incredible. So
I've got
I,
goosebumps all over my body.
me too. I can't wait.
Oh my god. Even you know what? Even if nobody signs up, I'm in.
Oh no, we're just gonna go.
Yeah, I
And
know,
then
right?
we'll go to Jerome and we're gonna do
Right.
some.
Oh my gosh, that is
I
so
know,
cool. That is just so cool. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah, and a friend of when I was there several years ago, I met this couple actually, and we became friends. You know how it was the beginning of Facebook, right? So we became Facebook friends. It was like so exciting. And what I found out from them was that a lot of people it's tough to live in Sedona because the energy is so and this it is exactly what you're saying. Like the energy is so
Yeah.
palpable that you can't stay in that energy for too long. Like you can be in
Yes,
it for a while, but you need it. So they live just outside because you need
yes.
a break from that energy. You can't be in that energy all the time. All things will be crazy.
Oh,
you know.
absolutely. And it's funny, a friend of ours we're going to be talking to on this week. She's actually born and raised there. And she she has a really interesting way of explaining it. She's watched people come in and out, and some she feels that Sedona actually kind of pushes some people out
Mm.
because they're not ready for that energy. And,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And for me, I do plan on moving on the outskirts of Sedona because for that same reason, because I want to, this is, I want to respect the Holy Land.
Yeah.
And two, I don't want to pay top dollar for my house.
Yeah, right, exactly, exactly.
Oh my God, it's so expensive to live there.
You know what?
But
It's so funny on the comments. Karen and Melanie are like, "I want to go. I want in."
yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, we'll give you the information. It's going to be
As
so
soon
much
as we
fun. I
have it.
mean, yeah.
As soon as we
Can you
have it. Oh.
imagine our energy together and then Sedona's energy is going to be
And then
crazy.
you guys haven't even met Lori yet.
Oh,
Oh my
I know.
god.
The three of us were like the three amigos. So,
Oh, it's gonna be so amazing. So anyway, okay, so enough teasing, I guess, about it.
I know. I know. I know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, keep your ears open for that. So yeah. So do you want to do a reading? I have a couple
Yes,
people that have said that they would like a reading. So
I
are
would
you
too.
are you up for that?
Yeah.
Yay.
Love it.
Okay, so hold on because Stephanie said I would love any messages for me. So okay, so Stephanie, you're gonna have to narrow that down just a little bit for us. Is there like what type of message are you looking for? Stephanie. So Stephanie said it first. So Stephanie, hopefully Stephanie's still here. Oh, there's my
Oh,
family.
family.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
you can see the comments. Yay.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? I don't know how I can do it.
Aaron wants a
Uh,
reading. Okay, so I got a list going here. So we'll
oh,
see how many
family
we can
that's
get to.
passed.
We'll see how it goes. So,
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
want to dive in first, you can go.
Sure. It's funny is as soon as you said Stephanie, I'm getting this feeling, this like nervous feeling in my heart space. And it more speaks to you, to your energy, and sort of how I don't know. It's funny because I'm seeing like this color green and I don't know why, but it feels very jittery around you. And I'm trying to connect with that more because I feel like it is somebody on the other side that is connected with you. Um, and let me focus on that a little bit because it seems really interesting. It seems like a really good message here. So, and go ahead, Lori, if you feel like you want to connect.
You know what? I'm going to pull a card for Stephanie. I feel like that's going to help bring the energy through. Unfortunately, I've been having some tech issues, so I haven't been 100% present at the beginning. So we tried to be live on Instagram and that didn't work. I got to figure that out. So
I know. We'll have to talk after. I'll tell
yeah,
you. Yeah.
exactly. So Stephanie, I pulled a card for you and look what it says. It says rainbow blessings. How amazing is that?
That's good.
So Stephanie, I just can't help it. But first of all, I'm as I'm sitting here in your energy, I'm feeling there are like you have a ton. Well, I mean, we all do to a certain degree, but I'm feeling there's a ton of people behind me that are here for you. And I feel like that collectively for you, it's like that's why I was supposed to pull this card. Because they're sending you blessings, they're
Yeah.
sending you love. And I really feel like that the message from, again, the collective behind you or behind me for you, I feel like that the collective message is just know and believe that we're here for you. you know just keep believing that, like, don't lose faith. Don't
Yeah.
lose faith. That's like a big message that I'm getting. So go ahead, Than, are you getting
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, and it's interesting because as I'm seeing this great, and it was funny because when you showed that rainbow, I was seeing this layered colors. So,
Good.
but it just speaks to what you're saying about the spirits that are with her. And there's this sort of like a burnt orange color, and I don't know why it's coming in colors. I never usually see it like this, but it feels like the green energy being a male contemporary, and the sort of burnt orange. This is more family, but this male, when I say contemporary, sorry, I mean more somebody around your age, possibly, like a friend.
Mhm.
Um, um, that has passed, and there's a jittery energy around him, sort of like I'm feeling more like he's passed sort of well earlier than he should have, and it in the situation feels a little bit uh like I feel pensive coming from him. And
Mhm.
so cousin maybe, okay. And so my the energy that I'm picking up right now is more of he's there. He's sort of uh I want to say there's a separation there. So when he passed, there was a situation that made him feel separated from other people. Something that possibly that he had done, that he felt was, um, you know, not a great thing, and feels a bit pensful for it. Um, and it's interesting, and on these, I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time,
No, it's
but but the energy is more of a that he needs sort of, and I'm saying this on his behalf, so I'm going to say that because he right now he's really not wanting to really step over that and connect with people, because again, like I said, there's that shame a little bit in his passing. But it is about, and I say this to you, it is about bringing his energy back, bringing it back, the positive things, talking about it, for him to sort of heal a little bit more. So understanding that he made some mistakes in his life, and I'm saying this to him as well as you, made some mistakes in his life, but that doesn't mean that he has to back away forever. You can heal that with him. And hopefully that makes sense. Oh, this is an
She
X.
says
Okay.
be an ex, yeah.
Yeah, and to honor him in that way so that he can grow and heal a little bit. Okay. He was not honest, and you know, and maybe there's some frustration there, and yeah, he's made mistakes. But I always look at it as unconditional love,
Was
and the
just
things that we didn't, right, and the
I was
things we didn't
just
like
thinking
about
that word. Oh my
right.
god.
So yeah, and it's like the things that we may not agree with or have like been hurt by, you got to understand the person for what they are. You don't have to forgive in that sense. You don't have to condone what somebody does, but you have to view them from that unconditional love, and that the things that you didn't necessarily like about him, if you want to help change that, then um, just speak out to him. Like that's how I feel will help him sort of open up. Speak out to him. Acknowledge that he's suffering in that way, and that it feels like you need to sort of release him in that sense,
Mm,
because there is still a bond or
yeah.
an attachment, and not an attachment, but like something
Mm,
that keeps him close. So like you said, if he's dishonest, then and it probably feels like a little bit like he wants to apologize or something, obviously. um that would be difficult to do. So maybe it would be nice, it'd be good for you to sort of just allow him that release, and to uh, sort of honor him in that way, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I got to tell you what's really cool about and we're kind of double linking here in that I feel like that he's with a lady who, and literally a nanosecond before you said the word unconditional love, this lady has unconditional love for this man, and it's just like, I mean, she's with him because he needs that love. Like, I don't know if it's his mother or not, but it just feels this unconditional love. And yeah, what were you picking her up to?
Yeah, and it felt like an aunt to her, to Stephanie. So if this is technically your cousin, then and she's
No, I think
saying,
it's an ex. She's not sure who
oh,
it is, I think. But I have to
oh.
ask if it could also be an ex that is still here but sick. I get the feeling that he's crossed. I don't know about you.
Yeah, he's crossed, and his passing feels not necessarily like it was violent or something like that, but when
Mhm.
he left, it there was a lot left unsaid
Yeah.
and undone.
Yeah.
So there it feels like there is a lot of, and this is why this green energy feels very shaky to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Um, oh, the green, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. And so I feel like that I want to like close this part with you, Stephanie, by saying that, yeah, I'm getting everything that Fan is talking about, but I feel like that I'm supposed to kind of tell you that um he's being looked after over there. I don't know why that's significant that you need to know that. He's being looked after, and this lady who I don't know who she is, if it's mother, grandmother, or just somebody that really really cares about him, he's not alone. And and I personally believe, and I'm pretty sure Than does too, that when we're on the other side, we have the opportunity to progress, and I feel like that he is making strides to start that process.
Yes.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. So you
Yeah,
should be able to know that.
I
Interesting.
agree. Yeah.
Ooh, interesting reading. I love double link.
I know.
Double.
I know. Well, we're so connected anyway, so we
Yeah,
might as well just keep doing that.
oh my God. You're so welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for being here. Okay, so do we want to do another one?
Yeah, love to.
Yeah. Okay,
Let me
so the
just
next
hear
one is
Stephanie.
Katie. Katie, are you still here? Katie is from, I think she said, where is Katie from? Oh, UK. Oh, from Scotland. Ooh,
Ooh.
I really, really want to go there. Katie, are you still here? Oh, Katie's still here. Yay, that's
Hi,
awesome.
Katie.
So what is it that we can do for you, Katie? Is there somebody in spirit you want to talk to, or is there an area of your life that you want some clarity on? You know, I'm actually feeling, um, we just got, um, that's Stephanie. So we're waiting for Katie here. Okay, so I feel like that I am supposed to pull one of the empowerment cards. These empowerment cards, and a couple of people that I from Insight Time around here, and it's like, oh my gosh, uh, I had this. There's something about these empowerment cards that are just like freaking insane. I mean, they're just so spot on. I would love to see if you can connect with my granddad.
Mm.
Okay, so you know what? Let me see about what this card is, and then you can connect maybe with the granddad. Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Wait,
Okay.
you want me to go first or you go
No,
first?
I'll go first so that you can
Okay.
connect. Okay. Interestingly, Katie, this is really pretty fascinating. Um, I pulled the energy card. Okay. First of all, I'm really getting a lot of energy. Like I am boiling hot right now. I think that you have got a lot of what do I want to say here? You've got a lot of gifts. You've got a lot of spiritual gifts around you. Are you a medium yourself, or are you discovering them? That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like that there's a lot of energy because you're in the discovery phase. But at any rate, let me read what this card says for you, Katie. It says life force is flowing. Open yourself to receive the power from within. Oh my God, that's like exactly what open yourself up. Like
Yeah.
don't be scared of what's coming.
Yeah.
What's coming for you. That sounds terrible the way I just said that.
No, no,
Don't be
it's
scared of what is coming, what is going to
yeah,
be happening with you.
yeah.
Don't allow fear to take over. So Katie, that's what I want to say to you about that. I actually kind of feel like that is actually a message from your granddad, because he's all about empowerment, so it's like I feel like that he's what kind of wanted me to pull up an empowerment card for you. So go ahead, Than, are you getting something?
Oh, yeah, oh my gosh. I as soon as I saw Granddad, I started to, like, a laugh came, coming up, and I can't even stop it because he's like a funny man, like, full of life, lots of energy, just like you're saying. He's the kind of guy that, everybody loved. He had that energy. This energy is coming out, and like, so strongly, and I feel so much like pride in you from him, and and he's the kind of person that just makes your heart beat faster, and like, and just very much. It's funny, Katie, because my grandfather, I who I'd never met, had, he was actually the first spirit to come to me, and he would come to me a lot, and I would see him full body, and I didn't know he was passed. He then began to help me with my intuitive development. So when you said that, Lauri, I got another laugh, and that was a validation of, is he worried about? No, he's not. He's actually very proud of you, Katie. And that's the thing. It's like, he is literally, I don't even know, I can't stop my mouth from smiling because he's very, he it's almost like, she's, she doesn't realize, like, it's okay, like, that's how I'm feeling. And and that he's here to help you. So on those days where you have like almost a laughing fit, that's really from him. And that's how I'm feeling right now. It's like I feel so much excitement for you, because he's actually showing me more emotionally right now, and it's excitement for you. There are things that are coming up in your life right now that just because you're human, you'll kind of be like, is that a good idea? And but he's laughing because it's like it is a good idea. Move forward. Don't hesitate is really what he's saying. So I love his energy, and I would like to sit in it for a while.
And I actually, don't you feel like that he is Mr. Positivity?
Yes.
I feel like he
Yes.
is like Mr. Positivity. Like
Yeah.
you could say that she's worried somebody's gonna murder her, and he'd be like, "It's okay."
Yeah, he's like, "Come on, just go hide behind the thing and you'll be fine." Yeah, and you know what? And she says, I miss him, but you know what? He is and this is what my mother said after she passed, and I'll say this to you, Katie. Because it was very difficult for me. She said to me, after death, you don't realize in life how connected we truly are. And that rang true for me, and it just makes sense. We don't necessarily see how connected we truly are, but when you pass, they're always there. They're always there. Just like your grandfather's making us laugh right now, is here to still be a big part of your life. You just have to open yourself up to it, and know that that he is there, and there's signs that he's constantly giving you. So be open to those signs, and that's why I say, like, that belly laugh. That belly laugh comes out of nowhere. That's from him.
That's so great. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I love his energy. Like his
Me too.
energy is so great. Oh my gosh. And again, we were just talking about that. I always seem to attract the fun ones and the funny ones, you know?
See, I
Yeah.
know you
Isn't that
really do.
great?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you, Theon. Thank you so much, Katie. I
Yes,
appreciate you
thank you,
being here and
Katie.
sharing your amazing grandfather with
I
us.
know.
Granddad, he's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Have you, okay, you're gonna laugh, right? But I didn't know before, like I'm 58, right? So it's like I had this whole, like half of my life was not doing this work, not doing spiritual work, right? But then the second half has been all about spirit stuff, right? So when I first started like getting into spiritual stuff, I didn't think I was medium because I had never seen a full blown apparition. Okay? I still haven't seen a full blown apparition, right? I mean, I see shadows, I see this, I see that.
Come on an investigation with me.
I know, right? So there's that, right?
Yeah.
But have you seen, and like, first of all, it makes me giggle now that I know the reality of it, and I'm
Right.
like, because I didn't think I was a medium. I didn't think I was clairvoyant. I didn't think I could see anything, blah, blah, blah. Now, all
Yeah.
of a sudden, like, I'll never forget the day. I'm like, maybe I am clairvoyant. It's like, Lori, I'm so silly. Oh my God, right?
Right.
But I want to hear, like, you have you seen apparitions like your whole life, or like tell me about
Um,
your story as far as that goes.
it's funny is not it's not a constant thing. I am I like you, I pretty much denied it most of my life. My grandfather was undeniable. I mean, I smelled his cologne
Yeah.
and I've touched his hand, and
Oh,
it was, yeah, and it was I mean, but I'm not sure. I mean, but in now it's not like I see them constantly, and because I'm not really turned on to it, but I do have a portal in my house that's on my stairs, and I'm constantly seeing transient energies. My son does
mm,
too. And so now I'm doing this case, and I'm intensely working on it, and the little boy comes in and I can see him, and it's usually just for a second in the corner of my eye. I'll even go, oh, because I thought somebody was there.
Yeah.
That's how I see
Right.
them, right? And
Yeah.
but it's not like they're not standing there like having a full conversation, and they're, it's quick flashes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more, I'm seeing it through my third eye, and
Yeah.
then others, like it's distinct, but it's it's funny because you're right. It isn't really like, oh yeah, that's like the thing to do is want to see that. What you're really doing is pulling that energy from that other dimension and
Yeah.
viewing it. So you're just really seeing through dimensions at that point.
Yeah.
And
Right. Right.
only in intense meditations, right after, do I ever see that happen, because I've already
No.
kind of like done whatever. But yeah,
So you never have seen, like, you know how they talk about, and I really only know, honestly, like a handful of mediums. And I know a lot of mediums, right? I mean, once you're in the community, you like know everybody, right? I
yeah.
only know of like a handful of mediums that have seen actual apparitions where you kind of think that it's a person standing there. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, it's not.
Yeah.
So have you seen it? Now, let me just tell you, I decided I used to do this group, and and this is back in the day when everything was, you came over to my house, right? So I
Yeah.
would have, like, I kicked my husband out for the night, and every Tuesday night he would go out, and I would have the medium girls over, right? And I decided that I really wanted to see an apparition, right? So my dear, dear friend who lost her son is like really good at coming through. I mean, he's like fantastic about coming through. And I said, all right, you need to come and be, I want to see you. And I still couldn't see it, you know? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, oh,
Well,
so go
yeah.
ahead.
Yes, I have seen aberrations or shadow figures and things like that,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and um, you know, um, I honestly, um, you have to go to St. Augustine with me, because we're going to be doing a séance, and
Oh,
like the
right.
old style séances,
Yeah.
and
Oh, we
so
tried that.
yeah, have you? Well, I will
Oh,
tell
you know
you,
what? Somebody let go. It was bad.
uh,
It was not a good experience. It was
ooh,
not good. Yeah.
yeah.
Talk about
Oh,
negative energy. Anyway, so I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
oh no, I agree. And for some reason, I don't necessarily see like beings, like sometimes, so Julie used to talk about seeing these sparks, like and sort of like these energies, of spirits. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, and I didn't know what the heck she was talking about until we went and did this retreat, and we did a séance. And that night I was seeing them everywhere, and I was like, what the
Yeah.
heck is this? And she
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
seeing the same ones too. So I think, with some like complete letting go, because in that same seance, her and I got into a trance state, and I don't remember. I
Yeah.
only remember
Yeah.
seeing her and all of these things happening.
Mhm.
And I think ever since then, I'm seeing them more and more. So like it's more of a, if you really bring your your consciousness to wanting to do that. Like I think in a sense, when you're saying, well, I don't necessarily want to see spirits that I don't want to see,
Yeah.
then that might close you a little bit, but it doesn't mean that you're not connecting with them in
Yeah.
in your third eye.
Yeah.
So
Right. Right.
just because you
Oh,
don't
I
see them
see
sitting
spirits
on your
all the
couch.
time. Like,
Yeah,
I see spirits, close my eyes in my third, I mean, I'm seeing
right.
it. Spirit has now taken me down this road of seeing videos. So whenever I give a reading, they'll show me like videos of like whether it might be like an actual event that happened, or it might just be an event, or it might just be like taking me down the street where they lived,
Yeah,
so I can describe the house, so I see stuff.
yeah.
I just haven't seen a full body apparition.
Can I
That
just tell
I
you what I just
and
heard?
I'm
I'm
not sure
sorry.
I want to, but go ahead. Maybe
what I
that's
just heard, is that, because you keep inquiring about it, because it's
yeah.
like so curious, that's gonna happen for you very soon.
Oh god, maybe in May.
Yes. No, I'm telling you, it's
Um,
funny because, you're subconsciously opening the door to it. Like,
yeah,
now
yeah,
you're opening up to wanting to actually see it. Before
yeah,
it was like curiosity, but now it's like, "Wait, why can't I do it?" And they're gonna say,
yeah,
"Yeah, of course you can do it.
yeah,
Here you go."
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
so
remember right when I first started opening up and I was used to seeing the shadows. The shadows are like, and I can just, and because my main clair is clairsentience, I can feel everything, right? And
yeah.
so I can feel that the spirit's there. And I remember one night I got up in the middle of the night to go to like I'll get a drink of water or something. I come out the bedroom door and my daughter's room is like straight across, right? So in my half dazed thing, I look up and I go, "Oh, excuse me." And I walk down the aisle, the hallway, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
But
It
then you
wasn't a
did see
spirit.
it.
There was nobody there. It was a spirit, and so I was like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me."
Pardon me.
I
Um,
know, right? I was like, okay,
so then you did see a full body apparition
but it
because
wasn't a full. Like I didn't make it. Like I want to see. This is what I'm saying.
yeah.
That was a shadow. I want to
Uh,
see.
oh,
I want
no.
to see the person standing there. I want to see their face. I want to see what they're wearing. I want to see.
Uh,
That's what I want to see.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about whenever I
Yeah.
say a full body apparition. So, oh,
Yeah,
you'll
and
be
then
the first to know.
I was gonna say, then just come to my house and, look at my stairs, and you'll see people walking up and down,
Oh
the
my gosh.
stairs. Yeah, it's
Oh, well,
really
I'm in.
strange.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, you're always invited. Are you kidding? Yeah.
So amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about um what is your main work that you do, meaning like do you mostly do mediumship stuff, do you mostly do like what is your what is your stuff, like what is your favorite thing that you do, and what is you know
Oh, my favorite. Well, I do love mediumship. I do love helping give people closure. I
mm,
love connecting with their family. I mean, same thing as like if I'm doing a paranormal investigation.
right,
I love the story. I've always been very into
yes,
history, and so I am. You talk. I'm a very curious person, and I want to know everything about everybody. I just love
yeah,
people. I love spirits. So I'm just like, yeah, tell me about your life. And,
yeah,
so when I'm doing mediumship, one, I'm helping somebody connect with their loved one. And, and the other is I'm helping the spirit. I'm really working for the spirit when I'm doing
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's because they need to communicate because they can hear you all day long. All you have to do is say what you want, but they can't. So, that's, I guess, why you call me a medium,
yeah,
but so that I can help with that. But one thing I'm just really excited about, and I really want to start like you know developing it more, is to start pulling people into a mediumship reading so that they can personally feel connect and speak with there are shamanic ways to do it, right? But I
mhm,
want to I want to make it sort of accessible to some to people that are really open to it.
yeah.
So that would be really cool because it's almost like when you see something you really like, I'm that person. Like if I have a shirt that I really love, I want everybody to buy that shirt. And so right? So I'm like, no, 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 you guys got to see this.
Oh my god, how much I love that. Yeah. Oh my god. That
But
is so cute.
but it's true because it's like
Yeah.
sometimes it makes me sad to see that, like, oh, I can hear their voice and I want you to hear their voice. And
Yeah.
being somebody that my mother had passed and I was so desperate to want to connect with her, I would have
Mhm.
loved for that to happen.
Yeah.
And finally when it did, it opened everything up for me. So
Yeah.
that's my next step. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it all. I love anything that has to do with I thrive on watching other people thrive. I
Yeah.
love to
Yeah.
love to watch people make the connection or get closure is the most important thing for me. I almost feel selfish about it because it's almost like my own secret, like, I love to see
Yeah.
that because it reminds me of when I had those same
Yeah.
kind of connections. Yeah.
And isn't it exciting when you're teaching somebody, whether they're an aspiring medium or they're just giving you, and they get it, like that light bulb goes, oh my gosh, that light bulb goes off, and they just like, they're just into it, and they're like, they get it, and they see and they feel, and it's like, oh, there's nothing better than that.
Don't you
Nothing
get
better.
it? Yeah, it's so exciting. Like, and that's why I love mentoring or teaching, and because I love to at least say that, I helped them, I pushed them along on their path, and got them to where they needed to be. No
Yeah.
teacher should ever think that they are the end all be all, the
Yeah.
guru.
Sure.
They are there to, I always, because I used to run marathons, and we're the people that hand you the drink while you're running. Keep you going.
So
So
true. So
right?
true. Oh my God. That's so great. Oh my gosh. So I cannot even believe that it's been an hour already. So,
Oh
oh my
my
gosh. I know, right? Okay, couple of things, you guys. So, first of all, you can go to evolveme.com. That's EVOLVME. There's no E on the end of evolve, right? Evolveme.com. And you can book a session with her there. So, yay. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Do it. Do it. Do it. I mean, Dawn, I actually had a session, which I need to repay you for. Like, I need to give you a reading because, oh my God, she gave me like the most extraordinary reading. I mean, it was like all of my senses. I can't even explain. I felt empowered. I felt excited that my spirits came. It was just a magical experience. So thank you for that, by the way.
Aw. And I'd
So
like to do it again for you because it's fun.
yeah,
Reading
it
her is
is
fun.
fun. It is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
And then so go to Evolve Me. It's like this amazing spiritual community, and I just love it so much. And I'm going to be on Paranormal Mediums,
Yes.
yay, on Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Eight.
Pacific. 5 p.m.
8 p.m.
Pacific,
Yeah.
8 p.m. Eastern. Got that.
I know.
So join us, but I think that'll be on, like, where can they see that? They can see that on
On
YouTube?
Yep, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram for Evolve Me. And yeah, so you're seeing us, I think, also on one of our Evolve Me, one of the Evolve Me.
I'm not even sure because I have my Instagram open and I can't, like, Evolve Me is not live and I'm not
Oh,
live.
oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but whatever.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, and I'll try. We'll try to work it out by tomorrow, by Wednesday, and
We'll
oh
get
my gosh, we're just gonna continue the party,
Yay!
to next Wednesday.
Yay! We're gonna have all kinds of fun and wait till you guys meet Julie. She's another one that's just super, super fun. And I just love it. So thank you for being
Thank
here.
you
I
so much
appreciate
for having
you
me.
coming, Theon. I appreciate it so much.
Anytime, I will
Oh,
love to.
awesome. Awesome. I love it. So everybody have a beautiful evening and remember to hug your loved ones in spirit virtually because they can feel it. So,
Yes, absolutely.
love to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody.